So I picked up another one of these Winchester black box knives that were made by Queen in like the 80s and the 90s. This one is a Stockman, meaning it has, three blades, traditional Stockman. So you got your clip point blade here, has the Winchester etch on it there. It does have a little bit of, it's going to be hard for me to show because of my lighting situation that I have set up now, but there's a little bit of corrosion there that I'm probably going to polish off at some point. Then of course you got your, let me close that. Got your sheep's foot blade. Does rub the spay blade. It's a 3-bladed knife. Stockman, meaning the spay blade and the sheep's foot blade share the same back spring, so I kind of expect there to be blade rub. Not that big of a deal. Action on all of the blades is pretty good. The sheep's foot, I just had issues getting open with that finger. But the action on all of these blades is pretty good. The knife overall is about the same size as like the case medium Stockman is. So, keep that in mind. It's like, I don't know, 3.5 inches closed. And it's a smaller Stockman knife. Generally speaking, I do prefer larger Stockmans if I'm gonna, carry a Stockman knife. But this is probably, a good knife for, like if I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm not sure on their laws or whatever. All the blades on this are small enough that it's not an issue, and it still has 3 blades. So I know I'll always have a sharp blade pretty much. Knives put together pretty well. Like most of these Winchester knives, there are some slight things. There's actually a gap there between the cover and the liner that I didn't notice before. So this isn't pinned down very well, I guess. Wow, I didn't notice that till just now. Okay. Some slight gaps between the back springs and liners, not a big deal. The jig bone, this like dark brown jig bone on these Winchester black box knives always look really good in my opinion. This nice knife is of course an older knife, so I mean it's got some scratch marks and stuff on it already. I think just from being handled pretty much, because I'm not sure anybody actually carried this. The shield is pinned like all the other Winchester knives. Well, not all the Winchester knives, but like all the other Winchester black box knives, the shield is pinned. Let's see if I can show that. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see the pin down there. So the shield is pinned. Knives put together pretty well. Of course, this knife was made in 1987. So as far as that, which one was it? This one. As far as that cover being kind of separated from the liner, that might be a more recent thing. Like that might have happened over the years. So, I'm not sure if it came out of the factory like that, but this particular knife does have a little issue there. But yeah, so that's the biggest thing with this knife. Other than that, it's still really good and everything. Um, like I said, action on the knife and everything's really good. I'm pretty happy with it. Do wish it was a little bit bigger, but I need to look up how big these knives are before I buy them, I guess. But it's still, it's still definitely a usable size. You can still get 4 fingers on it and everything. It's just a little bit smaller Stockman than what I usually like. That being said, I'm sure it will get carried at some point. If I ever go on like a road trip or anything and I want to have a smaller knife that takes up less room in my pocket, but it's still super useful. This is a good knife for that because it's got 3 different blades, meaning, you got your like main blade, this clip blade that'll do pretty much everything. probably the sheep's foot to use for like other like stuff, and then you keep this spay blade sharp just in case one of the other blades goes dull and you need a sharp, really sharp blade. At least that's how I've always treated Stockman knives. Is that generally speaking, two of the blades get used, and then the spay blade is the blade that I just keep sharp in case I need a really sharp blade, and the other ones end up getting dull. But anyway, this is the Winchester black box Stockman, made in '87 by Queen Cutlery. Nice little knife. The only real issue with it, as I pointed out, and I didn't even notice until I started filming this video, is this little gap here between the liner and the cover, which is not a huge deal. Do wish it wasn't there, but it'll be fine. Yeah. So that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you have a good day.